another MTG Casual Commander.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to MTG Casual Commander. This is Johnny Boy, and we're going to crack open Sultai Arisen, the Tarkirdragonstormspoiler Commander deck. See what we got inside. Of note, we are also going to be playing all of these decks against each other on the next couple of lives. So you get your collector booster sample pack, put that aside. So those are coming up on Sundays at 5 for the next couple of Sundays. So let's see what we got here. Here's your garbage.
The Don't Steal Me card.
The old insert that you can put aside. And of course, the deck box, which I don't know if anybody uses these.
I keep them around to unsorted rares and whatnot.
Yeah, they're nice to have. Cool art.
I don't keep the decks in them.
Here's our deck. I don't really do anything with these tokens either, these cardboard tokens. I find those to be rather useless. Teval the Balance Scale. 1 colorless, a black, a green, and a blue for a legendary creature spirit dragon flying. Whenever Teval attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, and whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. So that's pretty cool. I think one of my favorite things about that is that they have included the word druid. So it's not just a run-of-the-mill black zombie.
Yeah, no, I think
that's kind of cool.
I could pretty easily fit into my Biolante deck.
I want all of the mill cards out of this deck.
Right?
Go right into the moss band.
This is right up my alley too because I like milling myself, especially. I like playing out of my graveyard, and I do really like zombies. I'm gonna just take the first half of this deck and take a quick peek of it. So a nice foil treatment on Teval the Balanced Scale. They call that full art or borderless, I'm not sure. But Kotis Sibsig Champion. 1 black, 1 green, 1 blue for a legendary creature zombie warrior. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. Whenever one or more creatures you control enter, if one or more of them entered from a graveyard or was cast from a graveyard, put 2/1/1 counters on Kotis. That's pretty cool. Now that is a good one, but you got to fill your graveyard to exile 3. You think like, oh, I'll just exile 3 cards, but you got to get them in there. So
yeah,
let's see what we have. Diviner of Mist for colorless and a blue for a dragon. Whenever this creature attacks, mill 4 cards. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard with mana value 4 or less without paying its mana cost. That is pretty sweet. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Afterlife from the Loam. It's got Delve, so you can exile cards from your graveyard to reduce the cost. So 3 black and 5. So if you delve a few cards, each player choose up to 1 target creature card in that player's graveyard and put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. They're zombies in addition to their other types.
Oh, that actually has potential to
That
be
has
really powerful.
That has like some serious potential. You do need 3 black for it though, so
yeah.
it's not an early game in a multicolor, or an early card in a multicolor deck, I would think, unless you're running all the proper stuff. Teval's Judgment. It's an enchantment. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. That's awesome. So you can create a zombie, draw a card, or a treasure. Holy cow. That is probably my favorite card so far. Welcome the Dead. Draw 2 cards and discard a card, and you lose 2 life. Create X tapped 2/2 black zombie druid creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn, and it's got flashback. That's pretty useful. Card draw and discard, which is super. Floral Evoker, Landfall. Discard a creature card for 1 green. Return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be exiling my cards. Steward of the Harvest. When this creature enters exile up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard, creatures you control have all activated abilities of all land cards exiled with this creature.
That's
pretty sick.
yeah.
Yeah,
You can do bad things with that
that's
card.
another one that has a lot of potential.
So I feel like this guy can just go somewhere else, and we'll stick with Steward of the Harvest.
You can do so bad things.
Will of the Sultai, choose one. If you control a commander, as you cast a spell, you can choose both. Target player mills 3 cards. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So you don't have to mill yourself if you don't want. You can just return your land cards. Or put X+1/+1 counters on target creature. X is the number of lands you control, and it gains trample till end of turn.
Why
Ooh!
wouldn't you mill yourself? 'Cause
Right?
You're getting those lands back right away anyway.
Colossal Grave Reaver. 6 colorless, black and a green. Is that a new card?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think
like
so.
it. Flying, whenever this creature enters or attacks, mill 3 cards. It's a 7/6 and it's a flyer. So whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them onto the battlefield. That's freaking sweet. And that's not a bad cost. 6 colorless and a black and a green for a 7/6 flyer that does all that,
Especially if you're going to cheat it back out of your graveyard for cheaper.
right?
Yeah.
Grave Crawler.
Classic.
Classic 1-drop. Life from the Loam.
Oh, good too.
One of my favorite
Great.
cards. And it's got Dredge, Casualties of War.
Yep, great card.
Nice art on that. Amphin Mutineer. It's a Salamander Pirate. Exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That creature's controller. Yeah, see, like, that's too many words. And one of those words is salamander. So, like, I would take that guy out of this deck right away. You're like,
There's only
sorry.
one guy that had salamander stuff that I can think of, and it was a lot of sets ago.
River Kelpie. That's a good one. Draws another permanent. Enters from a graveyard. Draw a card. Dothy Voidwalker. Classic
great
Shadow.
Solid.
Shadow.
Disciple of Bolas.
There you go.
X life and draw X cards. Junji, the Midnight Sky. Legendary Dragon Spirit, 5/5. When he dies, each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. And you can put target non-dragon creature card from graveyard onto the battlefield. Under your control, you lose 2 life from a graveyard, so that's pretty sweet. Lethal Scheme, a little bit of Convoke there. Not sure who you'll be tapping. Living Death. Cool art. Lord of the Forsaken. Nothing like a flying trample demon that lets you sacrifice creatures to mill cards. 6/6, that's awesome. Necromantic Selection. Necropolis Fiend, another delve creature. I'm not sure. It's rare. It's probably going to be common in my unused box. Noxious Gear Hulk.
Classic.
Obnixilis the Fallen, of course. Whenever land you control enters, you can have target player lose 3 life and put counters on him. Tassiger the Golden Fang.
There you go. It's a classic too.
Yeah.
Nice. He's got the green 2 and green or blue. Mill 2 cards.
Open them on.
Woe Strider. Got the old escape. And you get a goat creature token. Who doesn't want a goat creature token? Avenger of Zendikar. Whenever this creature enters, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each land you control. So I feel like some of these guys are just giving yourself something to sacrifice, really.
Yeah.
Something to sacrifice, or
That-
just something big to cheat out of your
I
graveyard.
say that's weird because that goes really wide. This doesn't seem like a wide deck.
No, it doesn't.
But it is nice to
Conduit
have that
of
option
Worlds.
occasionally.
Conduit of Worlds is great.
Multani Yavamaya's Avatar.
Yeah.
Shigeki Jukai Visionary. Consuming Aberration. Jared Golgari Lich Lord. You always need a Lich Lord in your team. Lord of Extinction. Classic.
Yeah. Classic.
Marin of Clan Telna. Nel Toth. Whatever. But yeah, kind of a staple.
I mean, powerful commander in her own right still, despite how old that card is.
Decent lands. Not bad. Essence Anchor. Arcane Signet. Of course, you got your Soul Ring, your Cheater's Ring. And then you got a good amount of blue card draw, I would imagine. Things to sift through. Wonder, of course, give everybody flying. There's nothing better than flying zombies.
Especially if you just mill it.
Yeah. Or
Stitcher's
draw
Supplier.
too.
Victimize. Crawling Sensation. Cultivate. Farseek.
Okay.
Grapple with the Past. Harrow. Opulent Palace. This looks like it's going to play really well right out of the box.
We'll find out this Sunday.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a well-balanced built deck. And that's awesome because nothing worse than buying a deck and not being able to just kind of play it right out of the box like that. Terra Sunder,
No, Tears of
Timeless
Great.
Witness, nice.
Timeless Witness is
Grizzly
great.
Salvage, Nyx Weaver, nice.
Yeah, that one's necessary almost for self-mill.
Putrefy, Skull Prophet, Milliken,
If you're gonna mill yourself up, make sure you put a lab man in.
Yeah.
Before the
Bulgari
bus
Rot
starts.
Farm. And then I think we're to our lands, and they give you some tokens with it. Nice. These double-sided.
Yep.
They are. Yes.
Now, I didn't hear Corrosion Grip or Natural.
Wow.
Ice.
And those are some cool
Really
tokens. Look
important.
at those. Those are great. The Zombie Druid tokens. Really cool. Love it. Right on. Let's open this little collector booster pack. Can I do that?
Yeah. Encouraged.
Thanks for tuning in, and if you have a chance to get Sultai Arisen, you'll see it in action either this Sunday or next, right here at MTG Casual Commander on our lives. Sidisi Regent of the Mire, Zombie Snake Warlock. Very cool. Sacrifice a creature you control with mana value X other than Sidisi. Return target creature card with mana value X +1 from your graveyard to the battlefield and activate only as a sorcery. Brilliant art on there too. And a Feral Death Gorger. Wow, look at all that. That's almost too much text for me, but I love the art. Well, thanks for joining me here. This was I'm glad I got the chance to open this deck. It's got one of my favorite themes, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in action this Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Time, right here on MTG Casual Commander. We're going to have our box battle here with the pre-cons here from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Good luck at your pre-releases and all that other stuff, and we'll see you next time on MTG Casual Commander.
Trample that like button. And if you dare, comment below. Let the magic continue.